So once again, I'll let you look at this if you want to take a screenshot for your own. Also, this is going to be all over Twitter. Also, I tweeted it. Also, it's all over the place, so you can find it. But this is our, this takes us up through mid-January for what we're going to see here. Season of the Hunt. Yes, that's what the new season is called, Season of the Hunt. I'm going to be repeating a lot of stuff because people are coming in and out. But the new season is called Season of the Hunt, and this is the calendar that we have. I'm not a fan of them kind of telling us everything here at the bottom. I'm hoping that maybe there's some more stuff to be discovered as far as exotics, because we know what a lot of these are. Empire Hunts, I don't know. There's a lot of people dig into this stuff a lot deeper than I will. I don't know what Empire Hunts is. I don't know what Wrathborn Hunt is. But apparently these are different hunts that are going to occur every week or so. It's probably going to be on some sort of rotation built into the story. Oh, am I hyped? Hell yeah, dude. Which we're going to go over the ViDoc again. All right. Let's do it.
Beyond Light kicks off the next trilogy of stories that we're trying to tell with Destiny.
It's about leaving comfort and safety behind, walking a different road than
dude, this gun is actually going to be insane. Like, this gun is
one
actually
that you may have believed you were destined for.
What makes something bad? What makes darkness dark?
Who was it?
Can we just admire through all of this? Mr. Drifter is like, yo, dog, listen, I know a lot of shit's going down. I know a lot of shit's going down and everything. But, like, I got you with the crispy fucking token, dude. If you guys ever want to come over and play some Gambit, at least we know he's prepared, dude. Wait, what was this thing? Yeah, you're actually kind of smooth with this thing, yeah? You're actually kind of smooth. Look at the roll off the fingertips, look. So this thing is nutty. What the fuck is this? And are we ever going to get a ship that looks like this? This thing looks like... You know what this thing looks like? Bro. What's his name? What's his name? Yeah, TARS, bro. This thing is fucking TARS, 100%.
Beyond Light's really the beginning of a new adventure.
So look at this, man. This is interesting. We got some soldiers on our side. We got Mr. Osiris. We got Mr. Zavala. Then we got these feather-headed soldiers teaming up with the K-balls, dude. Unless they're the stupid ones that don't attack you like the ones on Leviathan, you know what I mean? Dude, my dream, just one day, Bungie, please, one day, just give me Osiris's full getup. Just give me like a mission to run, okay? Just Warlock. Actually, fuck it, make like a Hunter and a Titan version, and give me that. Give me his full setup. I want it identical because I love Osiris's fucking look. I think he looks amazing. What's on the back of this? GN. I don't know. Manufacturer IDCL. I feel like something. Yo, what is like scratched up here? I feel like there's some shit that's like carved in. Gamer fuel. Yo, my man's got some gamer juice, dude. He's got like a grape. And then he's got like a fucking sour apple, dude. Dude, I swear to God, there's shit carved at the top. You think this is the raid? I mean, that is 6 Guardians. That is 6 Guardians. Please don't show much about the raid, though, please. Like, little things like this, I'm okay with. Look at him. Look at him, dude. Look at this blue Power Ranger, man. He's looking pretty fresh. Yep, confirm. We have to jump on ships. Oh, they just wiped.
So awesome. Like, you're walking through an open space.
Ah, look how deep the snow is. Look at that. It's like almost up to their knee. And nah, Eris's like thing around her neck is so fucking cool.
So I think her motivations are really interesting too.
Today,
like ice neck.
we begin breaking free
Pops
from
collar.
our chains.
Aramis really challenges a lot of
Well, rip this thing. Let's hope that Aramis doesn't do this to the
really
Traveler.
challenges a lot of the ways that we think about light and darkness. She's going to make you think about your relationship with the Traveler.
These enemies are so weird. Do we know what they're
Or
called?
ice and ice.
All right, here we go. So we got to look into the menu. This is our first look in the actual menu. Look at the artifact. Yeah, it's definitely like it's clean. I definitely like the dark mode. Yo, is the fire in the subclass is that different? I don't know off the top of my head. But everything looks clean, man. I mean, it's definitely they talked about in a previous TWAB how they wanted to make menus not so fucking blinding. We're also going to get a menu that is not blinding when we start up the game. Oh shit, look at the background change, look. I like how it tells us our stats too in the bottom left. Dodge to perform an evasive maneuver with a steady hand. Dodging automatically reloads your weapon. All right, so that's, never mind. I should have just read Marksman's dodge. See if there's anything new here that they show us. All right, so idea. This was flowing through my mind when I first watched this. Ready? Here's the thought. This freezing stuff, I feel like it almost looks a lot easier to avoid in Crucible than we initially thought. Maybe that was one of their ways of balancing it, because look how slow the ice actually travels. And I feel like freezing is definitely going to be super OP in Crucible, but look at how slow it travels, and look at how easy this is going to be able to see and dodge, unless it's around corners. But listen,
that was kind of the theme that
so
everyone's kind of rallied behind.
It's not like you throw it and it's just like, it's a very slow travel. So you can probably dodge right out of the path, leap over it, things like that. And I think that's probably how they're attempting to balance Crucible with it. Was my thought when we first watched it. I'm like, okay, that looks very avoidable. But the thing is, you're definitely going to be able to throw it around corners and have people run around corners, which would be how far to travel. I have no idea. They show another name that really kind of looks like a slow mo. Yeah, see, look at it here. Look.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to.
So like, look at the travel again. The clip is already slowed. Is it? I guess. Yeah, I guess it is a little slowed. You're right. Still, I don't know. It's hard to say. It does look a little slowed. The arm throwing animation looks a little slowed down. Shattering a frozen target grants a small amount of grenade energy and spawns seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets. Ice flare bolts. An unseeing yet all-knowing stare fixed eternally to a solitary point. You track your enemies with blade-like precision. All right, so let's take a look at these again. So we saw the ice flare bolts. So I think that's new. I don't remember seeing that. And then we have frost pulse. Casting your rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby enemies. So we have seen this. We have seen this before, but this is a new one. Shattering a frozen target grants a small amount of grenade energy and spawn seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets. That sounds pretty OP, man. It takes 3 fragment slots. What does this one take? 1. Okay, so that's clearly a better thing. Fraba? Frostballs? Frostballs? Dude, fucking Frost is gonna have so many memes.
Aspects are a little bit more.
Oh my gosh. So this is the one that we just saw. Look at this. Put the rift down and it freezes everything. Scoop.
Aspects are a little bit more potent. And then the fragments are the things that are.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if we got anything here new. Whisper of the Hadrons. Gain a bonus to weapon damage after freezing a target with stasis. Minus 10 strength. Yes, please. Minus 10 strength for weapon damage? Yeah, I'll fucking take it. I can see the error video now, dude. Yeah, who needs strength, dude? Increases the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. So basically, this would be similar to Global Reach. You could think of this like, this is the Global Reach of stasis. Digital camo shaders. So we have a couple shaders that have that sort of pattern already in the game. At least that's what they look like in the thumbnail. It's just like a fallen enemy.
No Time to Explain is coming back.
Yes, it is.
Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal. And
look at this thing! Yo, you got double arc buddies, man. I love this thing. It's G Fuel. Nah, the thing on the backpack of this guy is G Fuel. That little canister. Dude, you can run this with Arc Soul and do Arc Brothers. I can't wait. We're gonna have a lot of fun with just like meme and shit. So top right or top left is obviously Guardians, right? Is Arc Soul, and then left is the Stranger Rifle, and both of them. It seems that the Stranger Rifle does a very similar effect, and Arc Soul is actually pretty good. Like it's not bad at all. It's not a bad thing to run. Like if you place down Rifts and your whole squad grabs Arc Souls, it's actually pretty nice. Like it's some check damage, you know. Look at the walkie-talkie. I like the symmetry of the set. I just don't like how, I don't know. It would be so much cooler. All right, picture this. Ready? Picture this. Take away the armor plates over the fur and then build from there. I like the fur and shit underneath. See, I think the fur is the only thing that looks cool. I don't like the fucking armor plates. I'm not a big fan of the armor though. I mean, I've talked about this. But I would be interested if you like made the armor look more like a just a straight Russian vibe. Chainsaw sword with a little Bic lighter on top.
When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy, and then you cover yourself in an overshield.
Okay, Brig House Salvation. So these are the things that we saw in the trailer. These are mech suit enemies. They appear to be roughly the size of, I mean, dude, this thing is pretty close to the size of Insurrection Prime. Are they hinting Loot Cave? Uh-oh. Bungie's hinting Loot Cave, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Randall? I don't know, dude. For those of you that don't know, behind this blue truck there's a little cave entrance. Tiny little thing. And you could sit in that. You could sit like right where these dregs are on the left side of the screen. And you could just, enemies would spawn and you just kill, like weak little patrol enemies. And they would just sit there in this cave and they would just like, you know, drop engrams and people would just farm purple engrams and just fill up this cave. And it looked like a fucking, just a shiny bulb of blue and purple colors. And then you would run in and collect all your fucking loot. And then having this logo be so clean, this would actually be amazing. I want this full set. And the mask and everything, like you should see your Guardian's eyes through the mask like this. That's a Cabal? Oh, so this is one of the fucking corrupted Cabals.
Beyond Light kicks off the next trilogy of stories that we're trying to tell with Destiny.
Players are going to go on a journey to discover the true nature of light and dark.
It's the beginning of players learning more about the darkness. And in fact, going so far as to wield it.
Oh, shit.
It's about leaving comfort and safety behind, walking a different road than one that you may have believed you were destined for.
What makes something bad? What makes darkness dark?
Who's right? Who wasn't? How are those learnings going to change the characters that you have gotten to know over the last 6 years?
Yo, I like Drifter, man. Already.
Beyond Light's really the beginning of a new adventure. Guardians, for the longest time, have been bathed in the light, sort of this altruistic force fighting back evil. And now we're starting to move into that gray area between the light and dark.
If the darkness reaches out, we must reach back.
I will not sanction this.
In Season of Arrivals, the Vanguard is divided. You have some characters telling you, you know, we should fight these ships, and we have other characters who are saying, no, we should find out what they want. We should get to know them and understand more. But it definitely comes to a head.
This next year in Destiny is really just about how all the different characters and factions are reacting to these disappeared destinations and what that means as the pyramids have arrived in our system, not for the first time, but for the second time.
We're going to see the return of a character who's been absent for a pretty long time in The Stranger, and boy, does she have a lot to say, and she has a lot of time to explain.
When I know more, you'll know more.
She has shown up to encourage us to take on the darkness, and the only way to truly stop it is to work with it.
And here comes our Guardian, right on time.
Why did the darkness invite us here?
Europa is literally like a time capsule.
Europa is huge.
Killer destination, freezing cold.
Desolate.
Some of the most beautiful spaces I've ever seen in a video game.
Talked.
There was a lot built on Europa during the Golden Age, and a lot of that was built underground. Clovis Bray had some research facilities there, really pushing the limits of technology and innovation there, maybe stepping into some things that we shouldn't have.
Under the ice, all kinds of secrets.
I'm so excited for what players are going to find.
The storm on Europa was actually something we've wanted to do for a long time.
We wanted it to feel harsh.
The weather system is so awesome. Like, you're walking through an open space and all of a sudden things start happening.
Coming across like Fallen or Vex for the first time, you can barely make out the glow in their eyes.
Oh, that's kind
The
of
sound
creepy.
of the wind, the ice will change based on what the weather is looking like. You'll actually feel every piece of the environment changing around you to match the storm.
I wonder how much control they have of that.
Europa itself is a pretty foreboding place. Aramis is there in advance of us, and she set up a forward base. She has lieutenants who have gotten their hands on Stasis, gotten their hands on the darkness, and they're learning
All these
to wield
dregs,
it.
chat,
One
watch out.
by one, we will rise again.
And so I think her motivations are really interesting, too.
Today, we begin breaking free from our chains.
Aramis really challenges a lot of the ways that we think about light and darkness. She's going to make you think about your relationship with the Traveler.
She's a compelling
play mind
leader,
games.
and she has a vision. And especially after the collapse of their society, people, I think, the Fallen wanted someone to follow.
Is the light going to be enough? I think we've seen that we need some new tools to fight our enemies with. Maybe it's time to fight fire with fire, or ice with ice.
Dude, what if she does the thing to the
Stasis
Traveler?
is, you know, not just a set of new supers, but it's a new damage type.
The boomy boom thing.
We've got Solar Void, Arc, and now we've got Stasis.
The idea for Stasis all really came back from the gameplay idea of freezing someone.
That was kind of the theme that everyone's kind of rallied behind. You know, Dina's an amazing concept artist, had some images that really kind of put us on the right path.
What really was landing with that was the more crystalline notion. So when we say cosmic ice, that's kind of where the cosmic comes in.
Damn, dude.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to hit him again and just shatter him in pieces.
The pieces break apart and explode into sharp shards that can damage you. So all of that kind of came together when we landed on that theme.
Stasis is going to not only change the way that you can attack or approach combat, there's also some really great ways that you can upgrade it.
Then you start getting into like the more interesting parts, things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are additional ways to modify your
melee.
subclass.
We're gonna go back through this again,
a little
chat.
bit more potent. And then the fragments are the things that are class agnostic, but depending on what your class is and depending on what your aspects are and how you want to play, you're probably going to be starting to select different ones in there.
Size
this
of
is just
the
the
burst
beginning
of
for Stasis. We're going to continue to expand on it. We're just excited for players to get their hands on this.
When we're creating a new palette like Stasis, we do what we call a source jam. Everyone on the team blocks out about a week where we can say, okay, you're going to go out into the world, microphone, recorder, record anything that reminds you of cosmic ice. That gives us the palette
Look at these
that we
creative
can
motherfuckers.
build the eventual sounds out of.
I found personally that the best way to do it was at night. But doing screams, screeches, and blood-curdling yells is a little scary at night. Then I had a really rumbly stomach, and that also was recorded. There was also a breast pump. You have to make use of what you got.
Middle of the
And
night
beyond
doing
light, we
omegle
have
screams.
new exotic weapons for you.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
No Time to
Like
Explain is
the
coming
rifle.
back. Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal, and it starts spitting out rounds alongside you. You can actually have that on top of the arc soul, so you can
It's an
be
arc
your own
soul,
little mini
yeah!
firing squad you build for it.
Oh my God, you have
Another
Arc
one
Brothers!
we have is the Lament. It uses up your sword's energy to give yourself a new combo that ends up in a big spinning slash. Probably the largest selling point for a lot of people is that it slices right through barrier champions.
Oh, yeah.
I think the largest draw for most people is actually going to be the fact that it is a chainsaw sword.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Arc
For Beyond Light,
Brothers!
we really wanted to create exotic armor pieces that formed a key part of your build around which all the other parts of your build could revolve. For example, the Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted from Golden Age tech. When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy, and then you cover yourself in an overshield. The Warlock exotic is Necrotic Grip.
The mech, though.
If you are facing a wave of thralls running at you, you can nail them with your melee attack, and it starts to burst and sort of cascade through the whole group.
Yep. How do you feel about Thralls now, Crossbolt?
There's a lot there for newcomers coming in too. If you've got a friend who hasn't tried it out, it's a really great time to jump in on New Light, that entry experience for free players.
New Light's gonna start you where Destiny 1
Last
did.
year, when New Light launched, we brought back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year, we're bringing back a much larger portion of the destination.
It takes some of the experiences that started with original Destiny 1, but puts them and stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and tells a different story.
What you're gonna meet in this new opening experience is a character with not one, but two names from Fast and the Furious. Shah Han.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here.
What I love about
Let's
the
go, baby!
Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled.
Season of the Hunt picks up where Arrival's left off.
Other forces are taking advantage of the darkness to make their move forward, including Xivu Arath, a sister of Oryx, and she's taking this opportunity to build up an army, and we're working with Osiris to try to stop her.
Osiris goes out, stumbles across these hive growths that are driving combatants crazy.
Osiris is in trouble, and of course, you're his only hope.
You get fucked, idiot. Nice gloves, bud. Oh, man. This guy.
We warned you it was going to be dangerous down here. Impossible.
The brother of the hot one,
We finally
dude.
catch up to what we saw at the end of Forsaken, where we saw Aldrin being brought back to life by a ghost.
Oh my god.
Aldrin, who now refers to himself as Crow, he doesn't know what he did. The slate's been wiped clean when he was resurrected as a Guardian.
We know what he's done, and we know what he could be capable of doing, so now we're gonna spend some time watching him go back and forth, and that's gonna question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves, how we look at the light, how we
Look
look
at how he's
darkness.
dressed.
In Season of the Hunt, we're partnering with the Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those cryptoliths are attracting Elixian Cabal and corrupting them. So Xivu Arath is essentially corrupting herself an army, and it's our job to put a stop to it.
I'm really excited to see Xivu Arath fleshed out more and to find out more about her relationship with Savathun and what that means for year 4 of Destiny.
Savathun has been placing dominoes, and at the end of year 4, she's going to knock down the dominoes. We're going to see what she's been really up to. And so this year, she's putting the last pieces in place.
Savathun, dude.
Destiny is just a really incredible world, and there are so many stories for us to tell.
We have a lot to look forward to beyond Light, then the Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and all the seasonal content between. We feel like we've got a really great way to bring people together. Working through COVID and working through some of the other turmoil in the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well we've been able to get things done.
We're committed to your characters and your community of players. We want to meet you where you are.
I think the thing that excites me the most about Destiny's future is how much it's rooted in where we come from.
Seeing villains revealed and finding out secrets that we've been hinting at for years.
When I look at the team that we're building and continuing to grow and hire, the new leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that gets me super excited.
Destiny's best days are ahead of us.